Blessings and welcome. This is Jaya, and I wanted to share a few things and invite you to a conversation or to look further into the work of living heaven, which is also living beyond belief. So, the book that came through in 2002 is called Living Beyond Belief: How to Ditch the Life Your Mind Created and Start Living the One Your Soul Intended. And the cover couldn't be more perfect because the being is jumping off in surrender into the light, but really into the inner knowing and that space. And it does feel like a cliff dive at times. So this last year, after almost, well, yes, we can do the math, about in the year 2000 is when I started teaching and leading groups. And so almost 20 years later, last year went through an incredible initiation. And I really wanted to, let's say, the ego wanted to forget everything it had known. And it wanted to contract into a space of blame and looking outside and trying to find out who was the wrongdoer, who was the right doer, who was the wrongdoer, who's on what side, who can I trust. And it kept looking outside because things kept showing up in the appearance outside. So what I did absolutely know after facilitating, teaching, and living this for 20 years, and beyond that, because before we ever started teaching, we were experimenting, living, practicing. But what I knew is that there really is only one of us here, no matter what our physical senses tell us, no matter what our ego tries to project onto others. And so the Pure Divinity CD, Pure Divinity, I could have argued, and I still want to at times, right? The mind still wants to come in and try to argue a good case for a lack of divinity in many things and many people that I could see outside or in myself. And yet, when the vibration raises, when you do the work to purify your heart and awaken your soul and remember the dream and start moving in that direction, everything starts changing. And you start to see exactly what the ancients meant when they said that this world is an illusion, or what teachers mean when they say it's an illusion. Because if you're only judging by your eyes and your mind and your physical perception, what we would call the egoic structure, if your ego is in the judging position, it's at the helm, it's going to see things a certain way. And so this work is all about coming into a higher state of awareness and consciousness and coming into the essence of your being, so your true gifts that are usually hidden underneath all of that that's going on, your hidden gifts can emerge and be shared with the world. And we could make a discernment and say the world really needs our love and our gifts, and our children need our love and a space for them to be held in so that their gifts can come forward. They're very unique gifts that might not fit into the structures. We'll be good and say structures instead of little boxes, but they won't fit into the structures that we've created for them. Some of them won't. Some of them will. So rather than trying to force a rose to be a sunflower, right? To try to force someone to be something that they're not, and miss who they are. And we do that with ourselves. We do that same thing with ourselves. So I would invite you, if this is resonating for you at all, and if you're in a place where you know there's more inside of you, and you really are so tired of arguing and trying to figure out who's on the right side, who's on the wrong side, and you're starting to get a clue that the answer lies beyond finding out that. And it's more about finding out more of who you are and why you're here. And I would love to talk and have a conversation. Or if you're curious, you can order a book online. Just look around the website and see if anything calls to you. All right. So, there's so much in the heart to be shared right now. More to come. And bless you for doing this work of allowing all those judgments and anger, not to suppress them, but to know that they're just a symptom. And that energy is never going to be the solution that we need. The solution is love. It's who we really are. It's our pure divinity. Sometimes you just have to go through the other places to get to and get back to who you are. All right. So much love and blessings.